那个小咖啡，如果等一下要吃的话。这样子。就是 after member 嘛，去拿 very low， 可是 very low 还不是最 low， 就是要打开那一个不是那个，好像是按一。那你有看到吗？那个。Hey, look at me.
Mamam. Lanjut Akina, mamam. Let's go.
他们习惯了，因为有很多人。
Tips
会这样进去。哇哦！这可以了。这也是保护，这可以是真的，在动。有时候真的很像是假的。上面那一只有动，它在休息。
放着公来就好了。肚子肥肥的，18厘，对，比较漂亮，人家在家里问好。
I've never even seen Ollie on that feed truck. Yeah, so that is good. It was talked about that he might want to run on and where we've been holding. We've got to go
Okay.
Over many thousands of years. G'day, my name's James.
Hi, I'm Molly. Now, Australia is often considered to be the land. Experts to join us require territories with really high quality habitat in order to breed and do well. This is a red-tailed black cockatoo. She's a female. You can tell she's a female because she's got that yellow speckling on her front and her tail has a combination of yellows and oranges through it. Whereas the male who's just joined us over there, he doesn't have any yellow speckling on him at all, and his tail is just one big band of red. And another female's joined us just to give these birds their name. Quasi. Now, cockatoos are the loudest of all the parrot families. They can reach really high volumes. A cockatoo has a potential noise level of about 135 decibels. If you want some context for how loud that is, a jet engine comes in at about 140 decibels. So for them, I'm sure if you do, you'll see plenty of them around today and in the next few days around the Yarra Valley.
Bugs and grubs as well. We also want you to meet some birds of prey, and these are birds that are highly specialised in hunting other animals. And this one is a very small raptor. So raptors are birds of prey that use their feet to catch and kill their prey. This is Australia's smallest version. He's an Australian kestrel. His name's Rusty, by the way. He's actually in the falcon family. So the Australian kestrels really are built for speed and agility. You'll see his rusty insects, little mammals like mice, little reptiles like skinks. So they're a really varied diet. They'll actually hang up in the air, just like this, so they can hover. Beautiful Rusty, just like that. Nice work. I'll give a round of applause for that if you like. That's a play through to a full gale, so it's been growing extremely hard. And these birds have thin wings. This one has very big, broad wings that what she'd like to do on a nice warm day is just float around. She'd have those big wings out, the warm air would pick her up and carry her around. So these birds, she glides in there. You can see she doesn't really need to flap at all. She can just adjust the shape of those wings. Right, then we'll eat the eggs and the chicks that they find in those nests. So very easy things to eat. And of course, lots of birds nest up in trees, and the buzzards will land in those trees and look for the nests. So then they'll eat everything that they can find. And there are a few birds in Australia that nest down on the ground as well. So species like our swans, brolgas, bustards, they're all birds that lay their eggs on the ground. Oops, sorry guys. At least it wasn't right at you, it was just kind of just in front of you. You can take that home if you like to in a bit. You have a really special technique to make their life a little bit easier. Nice flights at home. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll give her a tool. It's a very simple tool, it's something you can find in the wild. It's just a rock. We'll give her a rock and an emu egg. There you go. You can just snatch it open just like that. Well done, Bernice. So that's a pretty cool thing to see. Some people think that that's a trick. We've taught our buzzard. It's not a trick. You don't need to teach them how to do that. That's an instinctive behaviour. She's getting a little bit wet there. A little bit hard to get up. Well,
This parrot. Now, as he flies over, have a look at his back. He's got these gorgeous shades of green in there, and all of these different kinds of blue framing his wings. He's an absolutely stunning bird. And in the wild, you know, he sticks out like a sore thumb. Important for him for camouflage. So it's really common for birds of prey to be circling above the rainforest canopy looking for something nice to eat. That colouring helps him to blend in with the trees and avoid becoming an easy meal. Now these guys spend so long up in the canopy because they're looking for food, both for themselves and for a variety of females that they're hoping to impress. So a male antlers might be collecting food for 3, 4, even 5 females at once. And the females will actually be receiving food from up to 4 or 5 different males. So basically whoever brings the best snacks gets to breed that year. It's a really interesting and very competitive system. The females are an entirely different colour to him off home. He's done a fantastic job showing his beautiful colours.
able to be released to the wild, so he has, sorry mate, there you go. So he has been staying with us for a long time. So you can see the long top part to his beak. That's why Kevin's a long-billed Corella. Because he came in with a broken wing, we did want to make sure we could check his wings. So we can actually ask Kevin to show us his wings. Thanks, Kev. Nice work. Okay, we can also ask Kevin, of course, we want to see his whole body, so he will turn around. Thanks, Kev. So we can look at all the feathers across his body. We also want to be able to look underneath his feet as well. So we can actually ask Kevin to lift up his right foot on your left. There you go. And he knows left and right, so that's pretty handy. These birds as well, so we also want to be able to check that Kevin can fly well. So we do ask them to come to our hands. So even in that short flight, we're really looking for symmetry. So I want to see that Kevin's using both wings evenly, and the same when he's landing. Is he using both feet evenly when he lands as well? So we can get a nice good look at our birds just by doing that every day. And then from here, we can walk them around to different aviaries as well. We're not having to catch them, put them in boxes, all that kind of stuff. So it really does make our lives a lot easier. Kevin's life is a lot easier and safer as well. Now, I think you'll agree, Kevin is pretty clever. He's done a good job out here too. Maybe give Kev a round of applause. We'll let him head off. Thanks, mate. Well done. And then she appears out of nowhere.
She's really camouflaged. She's rocking the neutral colour palette. Up in the trees, very still, using glass, which are a lovely audience, to give you a really, really soft. Silently is really critical to sneaking up on things, but it hasn't been in reality. What they've got is a breeding pair of barking owls. But there's another sound that barking owls often make, and that is pretty closely resembling a high-pitched human scream. They make it when they're defending their tree hollows from predators. It's really off-putting. It's frightening the daylights out of more than one camper in the dead of night.
As you can see, Maga's a big bird. Beautiful. You can see the shape of that tail. It is their most distinctive feature. It's good you've got a good look at it straight away. You see those big wings. Now this is a bird that just dominates the sky, and you're probably getting a sense of that already. So these birds, when they're just gliding and soaring around, there's a few more beautiful sights. She does have that big beak. Looks a bit scary, but don't worry about the beak. What you worry about are her huge beak. Can I get you just to go that way for me? Just that one step. Thank you. All right. So yeah, she has these huge feet. It's the big curved talons on her toes, that do all the damage. They're bigger and heavier than themselves. And that's where those big feet come into it. So they can eat things up to the size of a wallaby or a small kangaroo. They could weigh 12 or 14 kilos. Say Magra, when we weighed her this morning, is a little bit under 4 kilos. So they are very powerful hunters. Now, typically, though, they're eating lots of dead stuff. So a bit like the buzzard you saw before. Take both those birds. Rabbits. Of course, rabbits were introduced to Australia. They've been a real pest. The little eagles we have and the few rabbits we have. They're like talons. Those big claws on her toes. Hence the really long glove with this one. So thankfully Magra's in a good mood. She's very relaxed, getting punctured, but she can bruise me through the glove. So they have incredibly powerful feet. And that really is what they use to just catch and then crush their prey. And then that beak is then used for just ripping things into place. Just give Magra one more flight up this way. So if you've missed the shape of her tail, you'll see it as she lands up here. Well done, Magra. You might want to give her a round of applause as well.